Hey you guys, welcome to this episode of Riding and Toking with Sleepy Gator. It's not Joseph anymore, it's Sleepy Gator. Unfortunately for today, I don't have any questions. Nobody really asked me any questions, but I do have a few things to talk about today. First things first, I got this joint. It's just rolled it up like right before I started my video, and I was listening to Cosmic Love by freaking Brock. That shit was awesome. Like, I had to take a bowl when I was freaking watching that. Oh man. Let's get down to just talking today, not really answering any questions. So today is the last day you guys are ever gonna see the pot leaf on my arm. I'm going by the tattoo shop, tattoo parlor today. I get to get fully covered from like all the way around my arm, being a Hawaiian tribal armband. And whoever is out there that's like, oh man, that guy's just trying to be a dude because he's just trying to get a Hawaiian tribal. I'm like, dude, I kind of cannot figure out any other thing that would mean that spiritual being. I mean, like, you know, with Hawaiian tattoos, they have a lot of spiritualness and a lot of honor and all that shit. I wanted to have like the freaking koi fish with the Pisces symbol and everything, but if I ever try to cover up a pot leaf, I need something dark. But I do respect the Hawaiian natives and their culture and stuff like that. So if I gotta go to Hawaii and live there for a certain amount of days and, you know, probably help the Hawaiian people or do something that they would accept that I was one of them, and then they'd be like, well, now we don't really give a shit that you have a freaking tattoo like that on your arm. I'd do that, but it'd take a while. Oh yeah, what I'm smoking today is freaking mids. I don't like mids. Like, I like it that, you know, you get a lot for your money, but I think I should have went a day without smoking weed at all before I started smoking mids. Because, it's either that it hasn't hit me, or it's just my tolerance is too high. So, since this is called Riding and Toking with Sleepy Gator, I'm going to answer a few long wording questions, even though nobody gave me. First question, how long have I been riding? Of course you guys know, 9 years. Second question, have I ever broken any bones? Let's see, right here, starting from this finger, it started from like this point, all the way down, through the other fingers, and up this one, and up the other one. I had fractures in all, like, freaking 3 of my fingers. It wasn't really bad, it's just I couldn't go to work, and I kind of worked at McDonald's that day. I kind of worked at McDonald's, and I was like, hey, if I can take this place. Second one was my kneecap. I was 19, get ready to go to longboard this amazing hill. Like, I saw it, and it was close enough to town that me and my friends, if I just threw them gas money, we could get out there. We were all about to go. I think I even had weed that day. No, I didn't. I didn't have weed that day. And as soon as we go, and I freaking skate the hill right outside of my house, just, you know, warm up. You know, you skate every day. I get to the bottom, going for this turn, and then I fall off my board, and I freaking break my kneecap. I didn't think it was broken, it just hurt really, really bad, but apparently it was broken, and I was dealing with like agonizing pain for a couple hours. Something that I should have gone to the hospital like right after that happened. I forgot to do the ash test on this. Good thing it's halfway burned. And another incident was when I fell off my board recently. I think it was like last week. I sprained my ankle really bad, but it only turned out I was down for like 2 days. The doctor told me, like, yeah, you're not gonna be able to go to work for 2 days, but it's gonna hurt for like 4 days. It hurt for 3 days, and I was back on my feet in 2. And the crazy thing is when I gave my freaking my boss the note that said I couldn't come into work, I only had to work that 1 day after that, and then I was off for 3 days, so it kind of didn't really matter. You know, they already knew how much pain I was in. I think I fractured my hand another time. I'm not sure. Ash does. No, it's gray ash, so that means that this plant has been cured. Cured to its full potential. Damn, if that's true, oh my god. I just want to be at the grow site, just be the one that's growing the indica, the one that's the mids, and then when I taste it, I'm like, it's probably reached its full potential. You know, you freaking have your plant, you take a nug off it, you let that cure, you let that freaking dry out, let it dry out, then cure, and then you taste it, and then you're like, it's ready. You know, instead of giving people that shitty product that, yeah, it's Miz and yeah, it's gonna taste shitty, be like, no, yeah, it's Miz, yeah, it may have that shitty taste, but it's the best type. It's like, it's the best kind of bud. You know what I mean? Like, that plant wasn't just grown and then cut down and then like dried and cured and like, you know, nobody really paid attention to it. No, it was like, I'm the grower and I'm the one that fucking grew it. So if it tastes harsh and it tastes like really good, it's because I've been, you know, been on my shit. But some of the shit is just like grown by people that don't really even care. The best bud out there is the shit that's grown by the people that do care, you know? Not the guys that got freaking rig systems for about just rig systems for like 3 grow ops and then grow like 1,000 plants and don't really care about them individually. They just read the book and they're like, okay, gotta do this, you know, check a few, but then it's like either they have their canopy so dense that they can't check every single bud, or they just don't check every single bud. You know what I mean? And at the end, they don't flush them. They flush them according to the book, but they don't flush them as in like you feel it. You know, it's flushed. Like you don't look the leaves and it's like, you know, it's flushed. But who knows? Maybe the growers can do it. It's just that's what it tastes like. Oh yeah, just talking about one question for longboarding. Next question for longboarding. What does it feel like when you longboard? Let me say this. Longboarding is kind of a meditation. It gives you wings to fly around town. I mean, that may sound exaggerated, but whoever is a longboarder and that's like a longboard gives you wings. I understand that. I mean, just imagine you're on a road and you're just flying down it. You're not walking, you're not running, you're not fucking riding a bike or driving a car. You're freaking skating down this hill, going as fast as you could possibly go and enjoying every single second of it. And if you know how to do tricks, you're freestyling, you're freaking laying tricks down. If you're in that mode where either you're drunk or stoned or you're just running off high of adrenaline, and basically every single second, every single foot kind of goes in slow motion. So if you're doing a trick, you're like, okay, I can see every single part of my body. Like, I focus on every single part of my body, and this is where it needs to be in order for me to land this trick. That's some invigorating shit. Just, longboarders aren't people that are like, oh, I want to get in everybody's way or something like that. No. It's really chill. You have to be chill in order to go that fast. If you think that, oh yeah, I'm gonna bomb this hill and I'm not gonna freak out because of speed, you are. You're gonna freak out because you are on a board that thick and that far off the ground. I felt that fear. Usually when I'm skating around town, I don't feel that fear because I've always skated these streets. But there's a hill, there's like 3 or 4 hills on the other side of town that you will get to that speed and you will hear your wheels humming right in your ear. You could be listening to freaking headphones, like freaking music, and just, you're like, you go down the hill and you're like, okay, well, I'm gonna like freaking make it. Cause I looked at it and I was like, okay, I'm gonna make it, even though it you go to, like, you hit that speed where sliding and, freestyle or, trying to do a Viper or something like that, that is not possible at that speed. That's at the point where you're going in a straight line and your board's doing like wobbling a little bit, but because you know how to balance, you're still going in that straight line, and like you can hear the hum of the wheels, and you know that you're going really fast. That's when you fear. That's when you feel that fear. That is true fear, my friend. Oh my God, I freak. But when you make it, it's a whole lot better. It's just that feeling like, I made it. Not a lot of people have made it. I didn't think I would make it, but I made it. I made it down that hill. I made it through that speed. I made it through that moment that was extremely scary, and I succeeded. Alright, so another longboarding question. Does it really matter between the wheels and the bearings and all that shit? I'm pretty sure that like this is just a stupid question because like I just thought of that, just really. It does matter. Bearings do matter. Wheels do matter. If you get the wrong set of wheels and you're not ready for like sliding and shit, and they're the ones that slide in a second, you are gonna fall on your ass, and it's gonna fucking hurt. You're gonna bomb a hill and then be like, oh yeah, I better bomb it, and then boom, you fall right on your ass just because you weren't ready for the slickness of the wheel. And trucks, not trucks, the bearings. I got Spitfire burner bearings on mine. They do matter. Like, I put on like regular standard bearings and they lasted me a while, but Spitfire bearings, you just hop on them and just glide down the street. I'm surprised on how far I can go just by gliding with Spitfire bearings. I'm gonna hopefully get me some orangutan bearings. Alright, well, I gotta wrap up the show. Remember, comment, subscribe, ask questions, and till next time, well, till tomorrow, I'll see you guys later. Peace.